Okay, raise your hand if you remember when we thought GoldenEye 707 on the Nintendo 64 looked like real life. We were looking at blocks with faces painted on them and we were blown away. But today we are living in a different reality. We have reached a point in gaming history where you can look at a screenshot and genuinely not know if it is a photograph or a render. We have moved past simple polygon counts. Now we are talking about ray tracing, path tracing, photogrammetry, nanogeometry, and fluid simulations. We aren't just playing games anymore. We are stepping into digital worlds that are becoming indistinguishable from our own. Today, we are counting down the top 15 graphical powerhouses. We have the Unreal Engine 5 Titans, the proprietary engine masterpieces, and the upcoming heavy hitters that are about to reset the industry standard. Whether you're rocking an RTX 4090 or a next-gen console, these are the games that justify your purchase. Grab a drink, sit back, and prepare your eyes. Let's get into it. We have to start with the game that seemingly refuses to age, Red Dead Redemption 2. Released in 2018, that is an eternity in tech years. And yet, if you boot this up today on PC at 4K max settings, it still humiliates games released this week. Rockstar's RAGE engine is doing things here that other studios are still trying to figure out. It's not just about high-resolution textures, it's about materiality. Look at the mud. It's not a flat texture, it's thick. It deforms under your boots, it dries onto your clothes over time. Look at the lighting. The way the volumetric fog rolls off the mountains in the Grizzlies East creates scenes that look like literal oil paintings. And the wildlife? It's not just a model of a bear. You can see the muscles flexing under the skin and the fur matting when it gets wet. It is a masterpiece of attention to detail that sets the bar for open-world immersion. From the muddy past to the neon future, Cyberpunk 2077. Specifically, we are talking about the PC version with the Overdrive update and Phantom Liberty. This is the current stress test for the entire PC master race. This game introduced us to full path tracing. Unlike standard ray tracing, which cheats a little bit, path tracing simulates the physics of light for every single light source. When you walk through Night City, the red neon sign from a bar bounces off a puddle, hits the metal on a passing car, and then reflects onto your gun. The concrete looks rough. The skin shaders in the cutscenes are terrifyingly real. When it rains in Japantown and the city is soaked in water and light, there is simply no other game that looks this dense or this advanced. It is a glimpse into the next decade of rendering.
Uncultured swine!
Let's talk about photorealism. Forza Horizon 5. Playground Games didn't just model Mexico, they cloned it. They use a technique called photogrammetry, where they take thousands of photos of real rocks, trees, and buildings and stitch them into 3D models. But the real MVP here is the sky. The developers literally sent a team to Mexico with 12K HDR cameras to record the sky for 24 hours straight. When you look up in the game, you are looking at real Mexican cloud formations and real lighting data. Combine that with the car paint shaders, the way the metallic flake sparkles in the sun, or the way carbon fiber weaves reflect light, and you have the best-looking racing game ever made. It is flawless optimization.
I'll swing back round and guide you through the bridge!
Now, let's descend into madness with Alan Wake 2. Remedy's Northlight engine is a beast. This game blurs the line between live-action film and real-time rendering so effectively that you often forget which one you're looking at. The standout feature here is the use of mesh shaders and global illumination. The lighting isn't just there so you can see, it's heavy, it's oppressive. The shadows are pitch black and terrifying. But look at the characters. Saga Anderson and Alan Wake look incredible. The subsurface scattering on their skin, that's the way light penetrates the top layer of skin to make it look fleshy rather than plastic, is top tier. The way rain beads on their coats, perfection. It is the most atmospheric game of this generation.
I'm forgetting. Something important. Something's not right!
If Alan Wake blurred the line, Hellblade 2 erased it. This is the tech demo for Unreal Engine 5 that became a game. Ninja Terry went all in on the metahuman technology. Zoom in on Senna's face. I'm serious, find a 4K video and just look at her eyes. You can see the moisture on the waterline. You can see the dilation of her pupils. You can see the peach fuzz on her cheeks. They scanned real landscapes in Iceland to create the rocks in the terrain. This game doesn't use skyboxes, it uses actual volumetric clouds and weather systems. It runs at a lower frame rate on consoles, sure, but that's the price you pay for visuals that look like a high-budget CGI movie running in real time. It is uncomfortable how real she looks.
Wait. Listen. It's coming. He's here. That's my name.
6. Ghost of Tsushima. Now, let's pivot. Sometimes amazing graphics isn't about realistic pores. It's about art. Ghost of Tsushima. Sucker Punch proved that strong art direction beats raw power every single time. They designed this game to look like a Kurosawa film. The particle effects are the hero here. The entire world is in motion. Millions of leaves falling from the trees, fields of pampas grass rippling in the wind, embers floating from a burning village. The colors are oversaturated and dramatic. Deep crimsons, bright golds, stark whites. Riding your horse through the golden forest while the sun set isn't just gameplay, it's therapy. It is the most aesthetically pleasing open world ever constructed. Seven, The Last of Us Part 2. Naughty Dog are the masters of animation. The Last of Us Part 2, even though this launched on PS4, the PS5 upgrade solidifies it as a graphical titan. The environment is gorgeous, sure. The overgrown Seattle ruins are hauntingly beautiful, but the magic is in the details of violence and movement. When Ellie gets hit, she doesn't just lose health. She winces, she stumbles, she clutches her side. When you upgrade a weapon at a workbench, you see every screw, every spring, and every smudge of oil. The facial animations during cutscenes communicate things that aren't even said in the script. You can see the hesitation, the guilt, and the rage in their eyes. It remains the benchmark for character acting in video games. 8. Crysis 3. We cannot make a graphics list without paying tribute to the meme. Can it run Crysis? Let's talk about Crysis 3. This game came out in 2013. That is over a decade ago, and yet the caustic lighting effects on the water and the tessellation on the vegetation still look better than many games released today. CryEngine was so far ahead of its time that it was basically future-proof. The way the grass bends when you move through it, known as interactive vegetation, was revolutionary then, and it's still impressive now. If you want to see what your PC can do, cranking Crysis 3 to 4K is still a valid benchmark. It is the grandfather of graphical fidelity. Nine, Far Cry 6. Let's take a trip to the Caribbean. Far Cry 6. Ubisoft's Dunya engine is fantastic at one specific thing: nature. The island of Yara is massive, and the density of the foliage is insane. The lighting system here deserves a lot of credit. The global illumination during a sunset, casting long shadows through the palm trees, creates these incredible orange and purple hues. The water rendering is also top class. Whether it's the calm ocean or a stormy river, the water physics and reflections are spot on. And we have to mention the fire propagation. Watching a flamethrower burn down a field of tobacco plants is a visual spectacle of particle effects and smoke simulation. Ten, Hogwarts Legacy. For architectural detail, we look to Hogwarts Legacy. The developers understood one thing: the castle is the main character. The sheer amount of clutter and detail in the environment is staggering. You walk into a classroom and there are hundreds of floating books, candles, and magical instruments, all casting their own shadows. The ray-traced reflections on the marble floors of the castle look phenomenal. In the spell effects, the particle bursts from casting Incendio or Avada Kedavra light up the environment dynamically. It captures the vibe of the movies through sheer density of detail.
And a clever mind to solve. You may even find yourself in iconic locations you've never been able to explore before.
11. Black Myth Wukong. Now we enter the realm of Unreal Engine 5's true potential, Black Myth Wukong. Since the first trailer dropped, people have been asking, is this real? Yes, it is. This game utilizes Unreal Engine 5's Nanite and Lumen technology. Nanite allows for essentially infinite geometric detail, meaning rocks and statues aren't low-poly meshes, they are film-quality assets. But look at the fur rendering on the protagonist. It moves with the wind, it gets wet, it reacts to light. The fluid simulation when fighting in water and the volumetric snow deformation are absolutely next-gen. This is what the PS5 and high-end PCs were built for. Dying Light the Beast. Let's get gritty again. Dying Light the Beast. Techland has been refining their engine for years, and this upcoming standalone adventure is looking to be their best work yet. The focus here is atmospheric lighting in dark environments. When you're exploring a volatile nest with just a flashlight, the dynamic shadows casting off the rotting furniture and the zombies is terrifying. The texture work on the decay, the peeling paint, the rusted metal, the rotting flesh is incredibly high resolution. It creates a world that feels dirty, lived in, and dangerous. The juxtaposition of the lush forest environments with the brutalist concrete bunkers is a visual treat. Battlefield 6, the next Battlefield. We don't have an official title yet, but we have to talk about the next Battlefield. Why? Because of the Frostbite engine. When DICE is firing on all cylinders, nobody, and I mean nobody, does war like them. We are talking about scale. We are expecting the return of Levolution, massive scale destruction. Imagine a fully photorealistic city where you can blow holes in every single wall. The smoke effects, the debris physics, the way explosions shock the air. Battlefield has always pushed the CPU to its limits with physics calculations. If the rumors are true, this next game will aim for the most realistic destruction ever seen in a multiplayer shooter. 14. Death Stranding 2 on the beach. Hideo Kojima is back, and he's brought the Decima engine with him. Death Stranding 2, the first game was already a hiking simulator that looked like a postcard. The sequel? It's going totally alien. The trailers show us environments that are incredibly diverse, from Mars-like deserts to tar-filled oceans. The lighting on the ship, the Magellan, shows incredible metallic surfaces. But again, it's the digital acting. We are reaching a point where seeing Norman Reedus in the game looks indistinguishable from seeing him in The Walking Dead. The skin texture, the teeth, the way the eyes move, it is the pinnacle of motion capture technology.
Do you miss me? Yeah, I figured you'd pay this place a visit, seeing as how I've been distributing the fruits of this fine factory.
15. Ghost of Yotei, and finally the successor to the most beautiful game ever made. Ghost of Yotei. Sucker Punch is leaving Tsushima and taking us to Mount Yotei in the year 1603. This is their first game built specifically for PlayStation 5, not held back by PS4 hardware. What does that mean? It means seeing the wind ripple through the grass from miles into the distance with no pop-in. It means dynamic weather that shifts from sunshine to a blizzard in real time. The trailers show a level of environmental density, flowers, trees, wildlife that makes the first game look sparse by comparison. If Ghost of Tsushima was the swan song of the PS4, Ghost of Yotei is going to be the crown jewel of the PS5 generation.
Start talking. Where can I find more of Saito's forces?
They captured the Outcrop homestead.
So there you have it, 15 games that are pushing the absolute limits of rendering technology, from the photorealism of Forza to the art mastery of Ghost of Yotei. We are spoiled for choice right now.